Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm up in the mountains. I've got the Mokwheel Basalt. This is a powerhouse bike. Big old frame, big old battery, big old motor. It's more than just your standard fat bike. It's got some cool stuff to it. And I'm gonna show you what all that is. First, speed test. Okay, so as far as power, you got a 750 watt brushless motor in that rear wheel, and that's powered by a 48 volt, 20 amp hour Samsung battery that can be removed, has a battery level readout, and takes 6 hours to recharge. There's 3 or 5 pedal assist levels, so you have 2 options, a half twist throttle on the right side, and a top speed of 28 miles per hour. In the advanced settings on the second page, you can change the riding modes. You can set the bike to only work with the throttle, only the pedal assist, or a combination of both. All right, for this test, I've got a full battery, and right now I'm on pedal assist level 0 on the first gear, so no power. And on 0, the throttle doesn't work either, and it is pretty hard to ride without any power. Pedal assist level 1, 9. 2 is 14, 3 is 18, 4 is 22, and 5 is 28. And then if I really start cranking the pedals, let's see if I can get this up over 30. There's 29. Woo! 29, come on, there's 30. I got a half twist throttle on the right side, so throttle only. Let's see how fast I can get going on that. And that's gonna top out at 27 miles per hour. And that doesn't depend on the pedal assist level. So 1 through 5, it gives you full power. You'll hit that 27 mile per hour mark. All right, then in the settings, you can go to the speed limiter. It is set to 61 miles per hour. As you just saw, it will not get that speed. It will not hit 61, but I want to show you how fast it can go on pedal assist level 5 when I set it to just, 20 miles per hour. See if we can actually hit 20. Speed limiter set to 20, pedal assist level 5, and I'm gonna get the same speed as I did with the limiter set to 61 to the highest level. So let me see if that has an effect with the throttle. That might only apply to the throttle, so I'll test that out. Here we go, throttle only. Okay, so that only applies to the throttle. It is topping out now at 18 miles per hour. All right, then as far as the pedal assist sensitivity, so I'm in the 7th gear on the pedal assist level 5, and just casually pedaling, 70 RPM. This is the type of bike where it does everything for you. I have to increase my cadence up to 75, between 75 and 80 to actually feel any resistance in the cranks. So as long as you keep those pedals turning, you're gonna have power. The bike does 100% of the work. And then on the 7th gear, just going around 20 miles per hour, if I stop pedaling, instantly cuts out, which is nice. If I re-engage, there's just over 1 revolution before the power comes back on. Now as far as the throttle sensitivity, so there's about a ½ inch of play before it kicks in, and pretty easy to maintain a certain speed. Just cruising at 15 miles per hour. If I release it, cuts off right away. If I re-engage, oh, that's very reactive. That comes on right away too. Overall, I like the reactive time, the response time of pedal assist and the throttle. That's much faster than an average bike in this price range. This is one of the heavier bikes in this class at 79 pounds, but has a huge carrying capacity at 450 pounds. I'm 185, want to see how long it's going to take me to hit 20 miles per hour. This is the acceleration test. There's an intensity setting in the menu, levels 1 through 5, and so I've got it set to the first position for this first acceleration test. Got a full battery, gear 1, pedal assist level 5, here we go. Ooh, half a revolution, comes on. Nice and gentle though. Starting to build up. Almost to 20, there we go. Ooh, I like that. I mean, there's certain people that like a slow acceleration. If you're one of those people, set that to level 1. That is very user-friendly and just a nice, gentle start. All right, now, gonna switch this up to level 5. Here we go. Oh, that is much, much faster. That's what I like. And there's 20. So that was, for a big and bulky bike, that actually gets up to 20 miles per hour pretty quick. That was, half a block, if that. And I'm curious to see if that's gonna have the same effect for the throttle. So this is 5 first, and then I'll switch it to 1. So here is full throttle. On level 5. actually got a faster acceleration with pedal assist. And there's 20, it's about a block to 20. Straight throttle, intensity level 1. Oh yeah, that's much, much slower. So that's cool. That affects the pedal assist and the throttle. It's time to see how long this thing can go. It's got a range rating of 60 to 80 miles. Gonna do 2 range tests. One with easy riding, as you guys know. The second with harder riding, a lot more elevation gain, and a lot more stop and go. I'm on the race test, gonna tell you all about the bike. First off, it comes with 2 fenders. Rear one is pre-installed, the front one is not. Instruction manual, 2 keys, a pump, extra brake pads, some screws, a couple wrenches, another tool, and some zip ties. Comes in 2 colors, blue and gray. As far as a clean and tidy look, bunch of wires up front, but it is all wrapped. Then it goes internal at the top of the down tube. There's a pretty large rear rack, and then mounts in the front for a front rack. These guys have a bunch of accessories, baskets for each of the racks, all the stuff you need if you do pick one of these up. As far as balance, as you can see, this thing just stays right up. I'm pedaling here, I'm gonna stop pedaling. Power cuts off nice and smooth, begin pedaling. Comes on nice and smooth. Very easy to ride with that many hands. And then at some higher speeds, there's 26, get up to 30. That's gliding, very nice. Yeah, you slightly turn a little bit and the bike just comes right back up the center. That's what you want to feel at 32 miles an hour coming around a corner. As far as noise, I'm climbing right now about a 7-8% grade, and it kind of has that pulsating sort of noise. Not my favorite motor noise. Kind of changes as I'm coming over the hills. Here's a flat section, and that noise just completely stops. So it does start to hum at you when you're climbing. Now, like I mentioned before, this is one of the bigger frame fat bikes that I reviewed. It's got a 79-inch length, a 50-inch wheelbase, a 28-inch standover height, and a 24-inch reach. It can fit a rider from 5'5" up to 6'4". The posture this gives you is more of an aggressive, a mountain bike type of a posture. My back is about a 35 to 40 degree angle. There's actually a lot of space between the handlebars and my waist, the cockpit area, which I'll talk about later. You do sit up a little bit higher on this. Got a lot of clearance. I'm probably another inch to inch and a half higher than most bikes in this price range, which is just a little bit different of a riding experience, a little bit higher off the ground. This is the type of bike where it makes you feel you can just tromp off into the weeds. All right, so we'll dive into the cockpit. Handlebar length is 28 inches. It's a mountain bike style handlebars, dips down in the middle. Got about maybe a half-inch rise on them. You know, when I'm gripping them, my arms are angled out like a V, so I got some good airflow, a lot of space in the cockpit area. They got a huge stem, about a 4-inch stem, and then the handlebars also adjust. Moving on to the grips, it's a stitched leather grip, wing tipped. They are stationary and kind of bigger, more of a commuter grip. On the right side, there's a SIS 7-speed Shimano Index shifter. Going up is 1 at a time, coming back down 7 to 1 with 1 push, and that is matched with a turning derailleur. Next, there's a comfort leather saddle. It's nice feeling and quite comfortable. Then you got Cheoang 26 by 4-inch puncher resistant tires. Pretty good quality tire. I'm not really getting a lot of those smaller vibrations. Then you got 110 millimeter adjustable and lockout front fork suspension. Now you combine that with a nice saddle for paved trail riding. It's very nice and smooth. That wraps up the first range test. My app recorded over 30 miles with almost 2,000 feet elevation gain. Right when I got back to my truck, the bike showed 2 battery bars left, and the 2 before that seemed to go pretty quick within about 1.5 miles to 2 miles. So I'm thinking if I would have taken it till the battery died, I probably could have got around 34, 35 miles, which is pretty awesome. So anyway, gonna charge it back up and do range test number 2.
Respect, kindness, and joy.
He's good. Okay, range recap. First range test, 30 miles with 2,000 feet elevation gain, and there's 2 battery bars left on the bike, so really I probably could have got around 33, 34 miles. This range test, I got 26.12 miles with 3,849 feet elevation. The bike's pretty much dead. There's 1 battery bar showing, but the power was almost completely out. So anyway, now you know what it can do. All right, so as far as off-road, First thing I noticed was just a lack of power for steep inclines. I'd recommend keeping this on a nice flat area, nice flat road. Anything over 7-8% grade, it starts to go pretty slow. I want to take this on a single track e-bike rated trail. The frame's just too big, kind of tricky to manage around those sharper corners and turns. And then with the suspension, I did a really good job of hitting some of these bigger bumps and potholes. Definitely a bike you can take out and explore the terrain, the country with. I couldn't find a hill rating for the Basalt, but the motor does produce 90 Newton meters of torque. I got a 50% grade hill already climbing. It's about 2 blocks long, and bike's doing 11 miles per hour now. We're not to the trickiest part yet. This is building up to it. I'm on the second gear, pedal assist level 5. Got a full battery too, down to 8, and this is the 50% grade. I'm gonna see if the bike is able to do all the work. I've really lowered my cadence down. That's actually pretty good. 6 miles an hour. I can feel resistance in the cranks. It's doing better than I thought for such a heavy bike. And coming up over the top, past the steepest part, 9 miles an hour, and there you go. And now it's time to test out the Throttle HD hydraulic disc brakes coming down the same hill I just went up for the hill test. Okay, first thing about the brakes, the right side controls the rear, left side the front. They do have motor cutoffs, so full throttle, but you hit the brake, cuts the motor off. It doesn't take a lot of pressure, a lot of force to engage the brakes. Coming down the hill, light braking, no pulsating, nice and smooth. 3, 2, 1. Nice and controlled. I'm actually surprised how well it stops for being so heavy and on a downhill and going 26 miles an hour. So braking, thumbs up. Let me run you through the LCD screen and control pad. So a pretty small screen, you know, about from corner to corner, 2.5 inches, maybe 3. This is the highest brightness level. There's 3 different levels to choose from. Not the brightest screen I've seen, but definitely can see it in a sunny day as I'm having today. On the left side is the control panel, power button, up, down for the pedal assist, lights. And then on the side, at the end, there's a horn. To access the menu, hold down both arrows at the same time for a few seconds. And that will take you to this screen where you can change the brightness. Again, there's 3 levels, the units, startup mode, which is like safe and non-safe mode. I'm not sure exactly what that is. And then reset the trip odometer. And then if you want to access the advanced menu, you hold down both up and down and the headlight button for 4 or 5 seconds. And this is where the speed limiter's at, power assisted gear, where you can choose between 3 and 5 levels, voltage level, wheel diameter, riding modes, intensity setting, and factory reset. And that's it. The Basalt is water resistant, has a 2-year warranty, and free shipping in the lower 48. Well guys, my favorite feature with the Mokwheel has got to be the stability and just how monstrous and big and how high you are off the ground. If you're looking to go through the brush, the bush, you got to put this on your radar. This is the bike that could handle something like that. It's got good power, it's got a good long range. If you want to pick it up, I've got the link in the description. Also be sure to check out my website, electricrevolutionreviews.com. There you can find all my reviews sorted by price and capability. Hit that like button before you go, and please subscribe for the latest in electric bike, board, and scooter reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.